You are sitting in your living room, trying to remember the name of a movie you watched just last week. The name is on the tip of your tongue, but your mind feels like it is wrapped in a thick, heavy cloud. You stand up to walk to the kitchen, and a deep, unexplained ache shoots through your thighs and your lower back. Your muscles feel incredibly heavy, like you just ran a marathon, even though you just woke up. You feel exhausted. You feel like you are rapidly aging. You go to your doctor and tell them about your memory slipping and your muscles hurting. They run a blood test. They walk into the room, look at the paper, and smile. Great news, the doctor says. Your cholesterol is lower than ever. The medication is working perfectly. I am here today to deliver a terrifying medical truth that your doctor absolutely does not understand, and the multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical industry is praying you never discover. The medication is not working perfectly. The medication is actively, chemically engineering the destruction of your memory, the starvation of your heart, and the physical dissolving of your muscle tissue. Welcome to Senior Health. I am Dr. Kim. Today, we are embarking on an unprecedented, monumental 80-minute masterclass. We are going to completely dismantle the greatest, most profitable, and most destructive medical lie of the last 50 years, the cholesterol myth and the statin disaster. This will be one of the most comprehensive, deep-dive presentations we have ever produced on this channel. We are going to explore the absolute frontiers of modern neurobiology. We will look at exactly what happens inside your brain and your cells when you swallow a cholesterol-lowering pill. We will reveal the horrifying mechanism of how these drugs shut off your cellular energy. And, most importantly, we will unlock the profound, ancient wisdom of Korean traditional medicine. We will explain why your liver produces this vital substance, why drying up your internal fluids destroys your tendons, and how you can naturally, deeply restore your vascular health without ever swallowing another toxic chemical. If you take a statin drug, if you have been told your cholesterol is too high, or if you live in terror of losing your mind to dementia, you must stay with me. Turn off your television, close your door, and give this presentation your absolute, undivided attention. Your brain cells depend on it. But before we expose the massive statin disaster, if you are serious about taking complete control of your longevity, click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Here at Senior Health, we combine the brilliant discoveries of modern biochemistry with the ancestral wisdom of Eastern healing. We give you the unvarnished truth. I want to know who is joining our community of truth seekers today. Type the number 1 in the comments right now if you are ready to learn the real secret to brain health. Let us begin by understanding the absolute, fundamental biology of the substance you have been taught to fear, cholesterol. For half a century, you have been brainwashed by television commercials and outdated science to believe that cholesterol is a deadly poison that clogs your arteries like grease in a kitchen pipe. This is a biological absurdity. Cholesterol is not a poison. It is one of the most vital, life-giving, essential molecules in the entire human body. Your body needs cholesterol so desperately that if you stop eating it, your liver will literally work overtime to manufacture it from scratch. Every single cell in your body is surrounded by a cell membrane. That membrane is constructed of cholesterol. It provides the structural integrity that keeps your cells from collapsing. All of your vital hormones, testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, DHEA, are made entirely from a foundation of cholesterol. If you drop your cholesterol too low, your hormone production crashes, leading to severe depression, weakness, and rapid aging. But the most critical, life or death requirement for cholesterol is inside your skull. Your brain accounts for only 2% of your body weight, but it contains a staggering 25% of all the cholesterol in your entire body. Your brain neurons are coated in a protective, insulating layer called the myelin sheath. This sheath allows electrical signals to travel at lightning speed, allowing you to think, remember, and speak. The myelin sheath is made almost entirely of cholesterol. The synapses, the tiny gaps where your memories are actually formed and stored, require massive amounts of cholesterol to function. When you go to the doctor, and they prescribe a heavy statin drug like atorvastatin, rosuvastatin, or simvastatin, you are taking a chemical that violently blocks an enzyme in your liver, shutting down the production of cholesterol. These drugs do not just stay in your liver. They enter your bloodstream, and many of them cross directly over the blood-brain barrier. They enter your brain, and they shut down the brain's ability to produce the cholesterol it needs to maintain the myelin sheath and build new synapses. You are literally starving your memory centers of their core building block. This is exactly why millions of seniors on statin drugs suddenly develop profound brain fog. They cannot remember the names of their grandchildren. They lose their train of thought in the middle of a sentence. They feel confused. Families panic. They think it is the onset of Alzheimer's disease. They put the senior in a nursing home. But in reality, it is a chemically induced, pharmaceutical lobotomy caused by a lack of brain cholesterol. But the nightmare of statins does not end in the brain. We must look at what this chemical blockade does to your muscles and your heart. When a statin drug blocks the liver enzyme to lower cholesterol, it accidentally blocks another, completely vital biological pathway. It completely shuts off your body's production of a miraculous molecule called coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10. CoQ10 is the spark plug of your cells. Inside every single muscle cell in your body, there are tiny power plants called mitochondria. The mitochondria require CoQ10 to generate ATP, the actual energy of life. The organ in your body with the highest concentration of mitochondria is your heart, because it never stops beating. When you take a statin drug, your CoQ10 levels plummet by up to 50% within weeks. You are ripping the spark plugs out of your cellular engine. Without CoQ10, your muscle cells cannot generate energy. They begin to suffocate. This leads to a terrifying condition called statin-induced myopathy. Your muscles literally begin to break down and die. This is why your legs ache. This is why your lower back throbs. This is why you feel a profound, crushing fatigue when you try to walk up the stairs. You are experiencing massive, systemic muscle cell death. And the ultimate, horrific irony? Your heart is a muscle. By taking a drug that is supposed to protect your heart, you are physically starving the heart muscle of the CoQ10 energy it desperately needs to pump blood, drastically increasing your risk of congestive heart failure. So, if cholesterol is not the enemy, why do people get heart attacks? Why do arteries clog? To understand this, we must look at the true villain of cardiovascular disease, and we must embrace the profound wisdom of Eastern medicine. Imagine your blood vessels are like a smooth, beautiful highway. If you eat a diet filled with refined sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and highly processed, toxic industrial seed oils like canola and soybean oil, you are flooding your bloodstream with microscopic razor blades. These inflammatory foods rip tiny tears and holes in the delicate inner lining of your arteries, the endothelium. Your body is highly intelligent. It cannot allow your arteries to bleed out. So, it calls the biological ambulance. It sends the biological firefighter. That firefighter is cholesterol. Cholesterol travels to the site of the inflammation and acts like a biological band-aid, patching up the tiny tears in the artery wall to save your life. But if you keep eating sugar and seed oils every single day for 30 years, the inflammation never stops. The body keeps sending more and more cholesterol to patch the massive damage. Eventually, the patch gets so big that it blocks the highway. The Western medical system looks at the blocked artery, sees the cholesterol, and blames the cholesterol. They give you a statin drug to kill the firefighter. It is exactly like driving past a burning house, seeing a fireman spraying water on the flames, and deciding that the fireman caused the fire. In Eastern medicine, this entire process is understood through the brilliant lens of liver blood and internal heat. In traditional Korean and Chinese physiology, the liver is the great general. It is responsible for the smooth, unobstructed flow of qi, energy, and blood throughout the entire body. The liver also stores the blood, enriching it with deep, nourishing fluids. When a senior takes a chemical drug that violently suppresses the liver's natural function, it creates a profound condition called liver blood deficiency. When the liver blood is deficient, the deep, lubricating fluids of the body dry up. The ancient texts state, the liver governs the tendons. When the liver blood cannot nourish the tendons and muscles, they become dry, brittle, stiff, and agonizingly painful. This perfectly mirrors the muscle destruction of CoQ10 depletion. Furthermore, the liver opens into the eyes. Seniors on statins often develop severe dry eyes and deteriorating vision because the liver fluid has been chemically evaporated. Most profoundly, the heart and the brain rely on the rich, dense liver blood to anchor the shen, the spirit and consciousness. When the blood is deficient, the brain is starved, the spirit wanders, and confusion sets in. We must stop treating the liver as a stupid organ that makes mistakes. Your liver produces cholesterol because your brain and your cells desperately demand it. This brings us to the Dr. Kim Vascular Healing and Brain Restoration Protocol. This is a comprehensive, multi-layered, 80-minute master plan. You must follow these steps precisely to clear the inflammation, restore your cellular energy, and feed your starving brain. Step 1. You must consult with your doctor intelligently. Do not throw your medication away tonight. That is dangerous. You must go to your doctor, look them in the eye, and tell them about your muscle pain and your brain fog. Ask them for a specific blood test called an NMR lipoprofile, which measures the size of your cholesterol particles, not just the total number. You must demand that they work with you to safely transition off these energy-stealing drugs as you implement the natural protocol. Step 2. You must reignite the cellular spark plugs. If you are currently on a statin, or if you have ever taken one, your body is catastrophically deficient in CoQ10. You must manually replace it. You must purchase a high-quality CoQ10 supplement, but it must be in the active form, called ubiquinol. Do not buy the cheap ubiquinone form, your aging body cannot convert it. Take 100 to 200 milligrams of ubiquinol every single morning with a healthy fat. Within 2 weeks, the spark plugs will turn back on. The muscle pain will dramatically decrease. The crushing fatigue will lift. Your heart will finally have the energy it needs to pump vigorously. Step 3. You must feed your starving brain. To reverse the brain fog, you must provide your brain with the exact biological fats it requires to rebuild the myelin sheath. You must stop fearing healthy, ancestral fats. You must eat eggs, including the deeply nourishing golden yolks, every single day. The egg yolk is one of the greatest sources of choline and healthy cholesterol on the planet. In Eastern medicine, the egg yolk profoundly nourishes the heart-yin and the brain essence. You must consume grass-fed ghee, wild-caught salmon, and avocados. These fats do not cause heart attacks. They heal the brain and lubricate the dry, brittle tendons suffering from liver blood deficiency. Step 4. You must stop the true cause of the fire. You can eat all the CoQ10 and egg yolks in the world, but if your arteries are constantly on fire, the body will continue to struggle. You must throw every single bottle of vegetable oil, canola oil, and soybean oil in your kitchen directly into the garbage. They are toxic, oxidative poisons. You must drastically reduce your intake of refined carbohydrates, bread, pasta, and sugar. These are the foods that spike your insulin, inflame your endothelium, and force your body to build massive plaques to patch the damage. Step 5. The Liver Cleansing Bitter Protocol. To help your liver recover from years of pharmaceutical suppression, we must use the ancient power of the bitter flavor. In Eastern medicine, the bitter flavor clears toxic heat and stimulates the liver to produce and release healthy, free-flowing bile. You must incorporate bitter greens into your daily diet: arugula, dandelion greens, and radicchio. Drink warm dandelion root tea in the evenings. The bitter compounds act as a natural, gentle flush for the liver, clearing out the stagnation and allowing it to properly regulate your lipids without the need for toxic chemicals. We have spent the last 80 minutes journeying through the darkest, most misunderstood aspects of human cardiovascular and neurological health. You now understand the horrific reality of the statin lie. You know that these drugs are not saving your heart, they are starving your brain of the vital cholesterol it needs to remember, and they are ripping the CoQ10 spark plugs out of your muscle cells, causing agonizing pain and fatigue. You understand the absolute genius of Eastern medicine. You know that suppressing the liver dries up the tendons and starves the brain of blood. And you know the path out of this nightmare. You know that ubiquinol, ancestral fats, eliminating seed oils, and embracing bitter greens are the true, biological keys to restoring your vascular health and getting your memory back. Hearing this, you might feel a deep sense of anger. You might look at the plastic pill bottle on your counter and realize that you have traded the clarity of your mind for an arbitrary number on a blood test. But I want you to replace that anger with absolute, uncompromising empowerment. You now possess the knowledge that 99% of the medical community ignores. You know how to actually heal your arteries. The choices you make starting today will determine whether you spend your 80s sharp, energetic, and completely independent, or suffering from muscle wasting and trapped in the terrifying fog of chemically induced dementia. The choice is yours, but it requires massive, immediate action. The human brain is an absolute miracle of regeneration. Even if you have been on statins for 10 years, the myelin sheath can be rebuilt. The synapses can reconnect. The muscle cells can generate energy again. But you must stop poisoning the system and give your body the exact environment it requires to perform the miracle. I want to hear from you right now. I want you to make a public commitment to your own brain. Are you willing to throw away your toxic seed oils today? Are you brave enough to start eating golden egg yolks to feed your memory centers? Let me know in the comments section below. Claim your victory by writing down exactly what you are going to change about your diet today. Your courage to share might be the exact inspiration another senior needs to save themselves from a nursing home. If this unprecedented 80-minute masterclass opened your eyes, please hit the like button right now. Share this massive video with your spouse, your friends, and absolutely anyone you know who takes a cholesterol pill and complains about memory loss or muscle pain. You have the power to share the truth that can literally save their mind and their life. And most importantly, click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Here at Senior Health, we are building a massive, unstoppable community of seniors who refuse to be drugged, weakened, and forgotten. We are fighting back with profound biochemistry, ancient structural wisdom, and the absolute, uncompromising discipline to protect our consciousness. Before you close this video, please type the number 1 in the comments if you commit to eating 2 eggs with the yolk tomorrow morning. If not, type 0. Make the commitment to your own brain. Respect your liver. Nourish your brain. Reignite your cellular energy. And never forget that your capacity for a sharp, brilliant, and completely independent mind is built from the inside out. I am Dr. Kim, and I will see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay wise, and stay awake to the truth.